Conjured up your being, your size, your time, your shape. You were created with all the beauty they could call. And earth, you surely are the measure of them all. Your rocks all turn to gold and your tiny stones to jewels.
Yep. All right, folks, here we are again at World DC. Now, this is live R&D. We've just done something very new. Now, this isn't in production yet, but it's the actual first time we've done it. Now, don't get upset at us because it's Paul Coops that put a video up about doing a semi-trench. So what's a semi-trench? It's a half-depth trench. So the principle of this is the trench works so well. And Dale's super trench, the long trench, it works incredibly well. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, the trench causes drag, it makes the board catch. It doesn't. So listen, I'm going to say this really slowly for the last time, okay? The trench doesn't grab water, the trench doesn't pull you down, it does the reverse and actually releases the water. And no, you don't need to put a cover over it because it works so well. Now, it works so well, and this was according to Paul Cooper, Dale, we've gone for a half-depth one, we call it the semi-trench, eh?
Yeah, it's 33 mil. 33
mil. So what this done is we've also too now, you'll see some videos and stuff, since we've had the trench, like because of the board contact, we're starting to attack the whitewater a lot more, hey?
Yeah, like going upwind when it's really choppy.
Yeah.
Works unreal.
And which works so well. So what we wanted to do, or what I suggested to Dale, is we now make, because the original boards have been quite thick, because the trench is 50 mil thick, you end up with a 4-inch thick board. And so we're trying to get back to a less boat shape hole, because everyone's improved, like you've even improved. I'm getting up on such small boards now and small foils that we don't need the traditional boat shape to get up. Now, we're talking probably top end crew, aren't we here, Dale?
Yeah, definitely the top 5%, not even 10.
Yeah, so it's not for everyone, but this is live R&D. Like we're saying, this isn't in production, you can't even order one yet. This is #1 prototype, and mate, you nailed it.
Yeah, no, we're happy.
Yeah, so happy. And it's a much, so we got a little bit wider in tail, a ½ an inch wider here, fuller nose, so a little bit more junk in the trunk, but we've been able to bring the board down, if you just watch out here, Dale, to, boom, a 3-inch wide board. So we're getting away from
3-inch thick.
3-inch thick, sorry. So we're getting away from the chunky monkey. I'll have in the background here, I've got some green screen stuff with the board spinning, and it feels amazing. And why we brought the video forward was I took it out and surfaced. We've had a big cyclone swell, and it was just dog's vomit. It was horrible. But this thing, into the wind and chop, it just went insane, Dale. So tell me what's going on.
Yeah, well, like we've widened the nose, which is much easier to get up, obviously. And we've shortened the trench slightly because the super trench was made for...
Yeah, so but in case you want to bring your mast all the way forward. So you can see here, we've gone from 1.40 meters down to like 950. 950, so we shortened it a lot. So I've gone from 5'2" down to 410 by 19 by 30 litres. I'm 85 kilos, no worries, I go get up on it. On the 980 and the 850, I flat water start straight up. On this 720, sometimes I can do it, but generally it's a 1, 2, and I'm up and it's still a flat water start. So what's important about the flat water starts, that last cyclone swell we had, Dale, hey?
For sure.
There's no chipping in 10-foot surf, It's you have to be able to get up. If you're going to chip in on any wave that looks like it may break, if you don't get it, the next one you're going to die. Okay, so and again, Dale, so you've changed the shape of the tail, and I've also we're actually riding my foil further back now. Like I've shortened the board 4 inches. I've dropped the mast back 3 inches.
I even got up on it.
Yeah, so like, you know, Dale's not the king of getting up. Like Mark and I, they said, Mark, our second cameraman, Mark just gets straight up. How much do you weigh, Mark?
74.
74, so, you know, big difference, 10 kilos, needs to eat a few donuts. But yeah, so you can, it's actually working quite amazingly well. So is it for you? You have to be good at getting up, because yes, it's definitely easier to get up on either of these boards compared to this, but I'm still flat water starting. On the wave though, you can feel really comfortable attacking the foam. We got some shots today, we'll just shoot to that. And all 3 of us rode the same board.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's made a big difference, eh, Dale?
Yeah, I'm stoked. You know, like I never thought I could get up on a 720.
No, it's insane. And so that's the coup d'etat for me. So, you know, 2 days ago I sold my jet ski. I've had it for 14 months and I've put 4 hours on it, because I don't need to tow in anymore, because I can go out on this.
And you've done 1,000 hours this year.
Yeah, and I've also done way over 1,000 hours, you know, on this. I've done 4 or 5 hours on my jet ski. So I just contacted Dale about this. Like, I'm on my quest, I'm on my journey, and what I'm trying to do is, look, now we got the HP motor and then the HP batteries. Like, man, it's so good, eh?
The combination of the two.
We're getting smaller and smaller. Like, that's a 720. I'm sure by the end of the year, with some tweaking, I may get up on the 615. Pretty tough call. Mark has been getting up here. This is a Lift 90, which is 580 square centimetres.
Yeah.
And we can put it on this, and it's actually easier to get up on that than it is
I
this.
never thought I could get up on that.
No, because those Lift 90s, they do punch above their weight. The name's good. They got a ton of lift. So, you know, again, Dale, so if somebody rings up and they sort of want one of these, you'd really expect them to be, you know, quite
less than 80 kilos,
yeah,
like 75, unless they're Rob Perry.
Yeah.
And no, but like generally, you definitely, it's a top end. It really is a top end.
Yeah.
They're a thinner board, they're more refined, and they're more like a prone, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that's true. And again, the having the lower trench here, it's made it even easier to change the battery. So I did a little example before, but I can just sort of do it here. So, like, you know, it's so simple just to change a battery, and it's not just, yeah, sure, you can see guys doing battery changes in like about 1.5 minutes, but you know, they need a drill and they need a tool. I'm not bagging any brand. I'm just saying it's so easy. So you can just dump your board on the beach, pop your battery out, run up, put it back in, boom, and you're away. So again, I'm going to say it again. See this little void area here? In fact, we've done so much testing. If you look at this trench, you see the area here. We've actually opened it up wider.
Certainly not scared.
And it doesn't,
the boundaries.
It doesn't do anything wrong. It's only all positive. So yeah. I'm just going to say it again. The trench does not cause drag. The trench doesn't make you grab on a touchdown. I've got vision from when I was out in that 10, 12 foot surf at Kira. I touched down at 42 kilometres an hour. I thought my life was over. It just went bang, straight back up and away. And I did that about 10 times. So it actually works really well.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked.
And just the other thing too about this slim trench is that's why it's called the slim trench. You can put the slim performance four-wheel drive unit in itself. So when I first started talking about this with Dale wasn't hooked, wasn't too hooked on it.
Never am.
Mark wasn't too hooked on it. So I spoke to Paul, and Paul said, look, basically, when you put a slim on a normal board, you can basically it's negligible, you can't feel it. So this is what we've done here. So you can actually put the slim and the max in this same trench. So I'll just go to a video now. You can see me doing a little bit of green screen with it. And you can see that the slim actually sits flush, and then the actual max sits up the same thickness of the slim. So you've got the best of both worlds. Now, there's guys saying, oh, what about this as a prone board? Look, no.
It's not
a prone board. Like, you've got this big void here and you're paddling.
This is a prone board.
Hey?
And a foil drive board.
Yes, that's correct. If you want to prone it and you want to foil drive it, you get a non-trench board, because this acts, without this in here, it acts like a catamaran hull. So it goes down and you go straight and you
Wants
train
to
track.
track.
Not recommended if you want to prone. But anyway, just wanted to throw that in. I'll just get Mark Rennie in now. He was out testing with us today.
Yeah, right. So my experience was I was quite amazed. I thought I would feel more drag than I did. It's not to say that it's the same as the other one, but we're getting down to sort of the finer points. It's definitely a more advanced board for a more advanced rider. But impressive how
Yeah.
it's
18
still,
mil,
yeah,
50 mil.
there you go.
Yeah. 0 mil.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is at the moment I'm still riding more without even a trench at all. But what I love about it was that prone feeling. It's got that little bit more width in the nose, which helps offset it, and more of a direct connection. The board feels thinner, because it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is
so you
for
feel
sure.
more directly connected to the foil. And as with all trenches, one of my favourite things I'm starting to like is just having the weight up under your feet. If I was out in big waves and the usual super chop, I'd be going for the full trench, because when you're at top speed,
Any resistance.
can buck you off. We're talking
For sure.
big waves. But for small wave shrelping, advanced surfer, yeah, it's great.
Look, you can definitely see the difference between the three. You know, you got 50 mil here, 18 mil here, 0 mil there. So like, I'm super stoked with this. It's a bit longer for me, but I definitely can get up on this one, and I was super impressed.
So for the first proto, it's pretty insane, isn't it?
Yeah, like
You give it like a 99% success rate. I mean, I don't know what I would change. I wouldn't change anything.
Nah.
And so just going back on that, for Dale to do this board, we built it during the cyclone. I actually had to give my other board back first before this was even glass.
yeah, because I am tight.
Hey? He sold it.
Yeah, it's going down to Sydney to Frank, so should be good.
Yeah, so no, well done, and Dale the master shaper, done incredibly well. That's it. Okay, folks, that's it. That's for episode 1 of the Slim Trench. So we'll keep you up to date. But as we say, this is rolling R&D. You're actually getting to see what we do at the DC shop, where we just, we don't talk about things and say this won't work or this will work. We just go, what happened when you build it? From Pura signing off, the DC crew.
Thanks.
Enjoy a DC board, slim, flat, or super trench.
All right, thanks. No, you're good, Rob.
So you still got the other one.